Port Perry cadets celebrating 125 years of service. Dan Kearns, The Standard, Scugog. The local 41 Port Perry High School Royal Canadian Army Cadet Corps is celebrating a milestone anniversary this year. This year will be our 125th anniversary coming into November. We are the 4th oldest cadet corps in Canada. This is the first year we've been able to actually return to active training, given COVID-19 and the pandemic, Captain Sid Bailey told Scugog counselors at a meeting on Monday, March 20th. The local group will hold a celebration and cadet exercise at the Scugog Community Recreation Centre in early June. No date has been given yet for that event. There will be at least 160 cadets on the ground, Ms. Bailey said. She also thanked the township for their long-standing support for the program. We've enjoyed a very long relationship with you supporting the cadet program and us supporting the community. Regional Councillor Ian McDougall spoke highly of the cadets' impact on the township. I'd like to thank you for all you do for the community. 125 years is certainly significant.
Lumberjacks swept by the Uxbridge Bruins in the first round series. Dan Kearns, The Standard, Scugog. The Port Perry Lumberjacks season ended with the Game 4 playoff loss to the Uxbridge Bruins. The Lumberjacks came into the game at Scugog Arena on Wednesday, March 15th, hoping to avoid being swept away by their rival. Much of the first period was dominated by the Bruins. The Bruins outshot the Lumberjacks 18-6 in the period and had several quality scoring chances against Lumberjacks goaltender Gavin Bratt, which just hit the post or were fired wide of the net. Then, with under 2 minutes remaining in the period, the Bruins were able to get the puck past the right arm of Bratt, putting Port Perry behind 1-0. The game remained at 1-0 until the 13-minute mark of the second period, when Braden Roberts fired a puck past the Bruins goaltender, tying the game 1-1 after roughly 40 minutes of play. Over 6.5 minutes into the third period, the Bruins scored, restoring the one-goal deficit. However, with just 2.5 minutes remaining, Dale Fobert capitalized on a Lumberjacks power play to tie the game again. However, circumstances forced the end of the Lumberjacks season. With 45 seconds left on the clock, a shot deflected off a Lumberjacks defenseman's stick and past their goaltender, giving Uxbridge the game-winning goal. Despite the loss, Lumberjacks head coach David Ayres stated positive things can come from this inaugural season. We had a lot of changes on this team. There were a lot of new guys here. As I said to the players, our team has been injured, and guys have been out for suspensions. They've gelled as much as they can for this year. Going forward, we have a lot of guys coming back, so we're just looking forward to next year. Hopefully, we'll be a little better.
Police Services Board states their appreciation for the outgoing interim police chief. Dan Kearns, The Standard, Durham. Durham Regional Police Services Board members stated their appreciation for retiring interim police chief Todd Rollauer one last time at a meeting on Monday, March 20th. Chief Rollauer is expected to retire at the end of this month, with a change of command ceremony being held on Friday, March 24th in Ajax. After 35 years of dedication to the Durham Regional Police Service, you have earned the highest levels of respect from the board, the membership, and our community, Vice Chair Gary Cubitt said during a presentation. Under your leadership as Chief of Police, the Durham Regional Police Service has made important progress to improve community safety and to enhance the trust and confidence of our citizens. Mr. Cubitt added he believes the Durham Police Service is well positioned for continued success. Chair Sean Collier called it a great experience working with Chief Rollauer. Earlier this month, the Durham Regional Police Services Board announced that Peter Morera, a current Toronto Police Service staff superintendent, had been chosen to be the next police chief. The change of command ceremony will be held at the Deer Creek Golf and Banquet Facility and will be live-streamed on the DRPS Facebook page. Join the Uxbridge Winter Market. Courtney McClure, The Standard, Uxbridge. The Uxbridge Farmers Market will be hosting their last day of the Winter Market on Sunday, April 2nd. The market opens at 10 a.m. and closes at 3 p.m. at the Uxbridge Arena Hall at 291 Brock Street in Uxbridge. Afterward, the regular farmers market will be located at the Second Wedge Brewing Company starting on May 7th. The Second Wedge is located at 14 Victoria Street in Uxbridge. The winter market is a place to go and connect with others, said market vendor Josie Bayard. The winter market is running the first Sunday of each month from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in February, March, and April, explained Ms. Bayard. It has the majority of our regular farmers market vendors and allows for those vendors to stay connected to the community and still supply a source for local eats and treats. According to Ms. Bayard, this is the first year of the winter market. We've never tried this before, but with the support and demand from residents, we decided to launch this project to see if it could be sustained and expanded on for future years, she said. So far, vendors and farmers market staff have received excellent reception, and they hope they can organize the winter market again early next year. There are many products you can find at the winter market. Some of the products include vegetables, honey, maple syrup, teas, breads, pastries, baked goods, sauces, and dog treats. Ms. Bayard runs a honey booth.
Let your yes be yes, your no be no. If ever there was a time in history when we need truth, transparency, and accuracy in our world, it is now. It can be confusing and difficult living day to day, trying to understand and believe what our political, economic, news, social media, and healthcare spokespersons and commentators proclaim as truth. Ambiguity and uncertainty can result from what we read or hear when it comes to seeking truth. Why is this? Sometimes it's because there are people who feel they can achieve more power, wealth, or a higher profile if they intentionally distort the truth for their own benefit, purpose. It can also occur as a result of poor or vague communication, possibly due to fear of what other people may think, or even trying to protect one's reputation. So what's the solution to this changing world of uncertainty and often lack of trust? I have found, as always, there are answers which will help overcome these problems, and they are disclosed in the Bible. Matthew 5:37, NIV edition, addresses the title of this article, Simply let your yes be yes and your no be no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one. Also, Matthew 12:37 reminds us of what avoiding this can result in. For by your words you will be acquitted, and by your words you will be condemned. So, our words can be used for good or evil. They often reflect our character, especially when it comes to being trustworthy. Ideally, our character should encompass integrity and honesty, be as transparent as possible, and be saturated with truth. I remember it was said, Stephen Harper, upon hearing he was to become Prime Minister of Canada, was given only one word of advice from his father: be a man of integrity. This will result in living our lives with commitment to our yes being yes. Also, an environment of trust and stability is likely to be the result from this environment of accountability. For example, when we commit to doing something for a person, they will be able to rest and not question if it will be done, as they will be able to trust we will honor that commitment. Even being firm when we say no, which is often more difficult, leads to a more stable environment, because uncertainty and misunderstanding can stimulate insecurity. When we issue a solid no to our children, especially when they are younger, it actually creates and gives them boundaries which will often protect them. Doubt and consequent anxiety will not be present because they are certain our no really means no. Then uncertainty, and sometimes the emotional paralysis which can accompany it, will not stop us from making good choices, as it will be replaced by peace, security, and resultant accomplishment. Life this way will, in fact, not be restricted, but enhanced, focused, and liberating, enabling us to make choices and act on them. Only God in His wisdom could produce these marvelous benefits as we choose to use our words wisely, accurately, and sparingly. The Bible says, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. James 1:19, NIV. Still, in James 3:8, it says, but no man can tame the tongue. That's also in the NIV. When we don't have an answer or solution to a problem, it's okay to be silent, honest, and humble, saying we just don't know. After all, we do have someone we can go to get the eventual answer for our concerns. I believe it's never too late to change, to try interacting with others God's way. This is through love, with our yes being yes, and without compromise or fear of what other people may think. Try it. God will support anyone who is willing to take Him at His word so they may grow. Rob Pullen, Uxbridge.
The Standard Podcast was produced by Greenstream Studio for the Standard newspaper.